Greetings, my friends. It is I, Dr. Jimmy again. Very pleased to see all of you. Ha 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 ha, and I can see you right through your computer screens or iPhones or devices. Because I'm evil. Well, not really. Anyway, it is the 31st of August. Oh, August 31st? That means it's only 2 months to Halloween. Oh, but that's not what I'm talking about. Oh, no, because it's Friday, August 31st, and that means it's 2 weeks to Halloween Horror Nights 28 at Universal Studios Florida. Very exciting. Oh, just a fortnight. Oh, let's do one of those dances. No, I'm not going to do one of those dances. I don't play the video game. I haven't played video games since old games back in the day. I think what was the last ones I used to play? Maybe on the very, very first Xbox. And that was already, 10, 15 years ago, whenever it was. That was a long time ago. I've gotten rid of all my old games. Maybe an occasional Angry Bird on my iPad. Just pop those pigs. No, not really. Anyway, enough of that. This is about something that's even older, going back to the 1980s, like 30 years ago. And that was when there was a lovely movie featuring Michael Myers. Remember him? Yes. The third movie to feature Michael Myers. The fourth one and the Halloween franchise. Careful, Lenny, don't knock any of that stuff over. There she goes, hitting me with her tail. Funny little kitty. I love Lenny Cat. It's a little more daylight than I usually do on my cocktail videos because I want to be able to see what I'm doing a little better. There is a light up there, but even then it gets dark so quickly and I don't want to spillage. Ooh. I should just get a precaution. I'm going to have to leave the camera again. I'll be right back. I forgot to get something. Yes, sorry about that. I did it again. I had to leave the screen. I don't want to start over, but I need to get some precautionary paper towels, just in case, because it's time for the next one of my Halloween Horror Nights 28 house cocktails. Yes, it's time to get drunk. Well, not really drunk, but yes, to pet my kitty. Yes, let's show off the shirt, shall we? I don't think it'll turn night when I get up this time. I hope not. But here is a lovely shirt by the incredibly talented Shelby Denham. And this is one of the icon serial killers, which parody cereal box art with one of the Horror Night icons. And dear Albert is here, caretaker oats rather than Quaker oats. Oh, there goes Lenny. Yes, still daylight. Didn't change magically from light to dark this time. Notice there's a kitty. There's a kitty right there. It's Lenny. She got fed up and leaped. Leaping Lenny. Yes. So I had to come up with a lovely cocktail for the next haunted house, which was Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Yes, that was the next one announced after Poltergeist. And then, of course, there'll be 2 more cocktails after that for the haunted houses. And that would be... Blumhouse of Horrors, featuring the first Purge and Happy Death Day, and then the last one, which is Scary Tales, Deadly Ever After. Oh, what fun. But tonight, I'll make the cocktail for Halloween 4. Now, of course, there have been 2 previous haunted houses in recent years about Michael Myers. The original Halloween back in, I think it was 2014. And then, I think in 2016, they had Halloween 2. Although they call that Halloween Hell Comes to Haddonfield. But that's what it was Halloween 2. And if you went to Orlando, it was very explicitly Halloween 2 because the facade said Halloween 2 on it, yes. They just didn't use that for the brochure or the website or anything else. So that was the... So I had to come up with... I've already done cocktails that were themed. You know, one I had made at Finnegan's in 2014, and the one 2 years ago I made right here. So how am I going to do another Halloween cocktail? I mean, I've done 2 for the franchise. Granted, I did 5 freaking Walking Dead cocktails, but this is a little trickier. What am I going to come up with? And of course, similar, you know, pumpkins come to mind, and there's always pumpkin-y stuff to drink. And then, of course, I'm thinking of the whole Celtic angle, you know, Samhain, the festival, the Irish thing, and that came up a little tiny bit in Halloween 4. It got even more explicit in Halloween's 5 and 6, which were what? The Revenge of Michael Myers, and was it the Curse of Michael Myers? Anyway, but when the strange guy in black showed up, you know, the one that had the thorn tattooed on his wrist or whatever, and was involved with the Celtic cult of, you know, ancient Halloween worshippers from Ireland or something, sort of like the fellow in Halloween 3. So I had to see what I could do, something like that. So that connection is there, and of course I've used ingredients like that tribe liqueur before, but I didn't want to do that again. So I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I was thinking about Irish-themed beverages, and then I suddenly remembered one time I was in Finnegan's, and someone ordered some, what he called Belfast car bombs, which is really kind of, you know, a bit insensitive name for a cocktail, but it involves Guinness and Baileys and other things, and you know, it's basically the concept of a Boilermaker, or rather, Boilermaker could just be a shot of whiskey and then you drink some beer, right? But sometimes you drop the shot in the whiskey, or no, you drop the whiskey shot in the beer. But when you do that, it's given another name. It's called a depth charge, sort of exploding bomb thing. There's not too much exploding in Halloween 4, I think. Although, of course, Michael's all burnt at the beginning from Halloween 2, but then he gets better. And, you know, there's the whole thing about Dr. Loomis, and his face has been burnt, and what's going to happen with the little niece, because Laurie's apparently died in a car crash or something, and her daughter has now had a niece, and so, or something, or a sister, I don't know. Apparently, Jamie, no, I guess it's her daughter. Is Jamie her daughter? Whatever it is, the girl is Michael Myers' niece. It's been a long time since I saw Halloween 4. I think at least 10 years. I probably should have gone back and watched it again for Horror Nights prep. I just watched The Purge Anarchy for the first time ever on a streaming service, and thought, oh, that explains why they had a school bus in the middle of the scare zone in 2014. I just thought they used the school bus again as a leftover from previous things, and they just threw it in there because they thought it looked cool, but there really was a school bus in the movie, although it was just briefly seen and very quickly. So, you know, it helps to see these things before, and hopefully I'll be able to catch all the other things that are becoming this year before the event in 2 weeks, so that I'll understand them better. And but I have seen Halloween 4 before. I remember a lot of it, especially the ending where Dr. Loomis thinks little Jamie is now going to be evil, and she's standing there with a bloody knife, and he's going, kill her! Then he's going to do, and like it runs in the family, except that's not really what happened, and she really wasn't crazy, and she grows up a little bit further. She makes it through 5 and then becomes a bit of a slut in part 6. Ooh, that's mean. But I was thinking about that sort of thing. I thought, you know, let's make a sort of depth charge, that kind of thing, and that would work. It would fit in with the Halloween theme brilliantly if you get the right beer and the right whiskey, and what else could I do? So I decided to get one of those pumpkin beers that come out this time of year. And I was at my local Publix just the other day. Actually, I didn't go to my local Publix in Winter Park Village, which would have been better because they usually have a better variety of beer. I was hoping to find one particular item which they didn't even have, so I went to Baldwin Park, which is not in Winter Park. I know some people who think they live in Winter Park who live in Baldwin Park. No, you don't. You live in Orlando. So that. Anyway, over there, Baldwin Park, the only pumpkin ale they had was Shipyard. Now, Shipyard's not bad. Shipyard Pumpkinhead, I think it's called. It's got little sort of almost like Sleepy Hollow type headless pumpkin-head horseman, like something you see at Walt Disney World. But anyway, Shipyard Pumpkinhead, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's a good pumpkin beer. It was the only one they had at that particular shop, and I wasn't going to go around the whole countryside hunting it down. I just needed a good pumpkin beer. So you can use this if you want. But if you want to try a different pumpkin beer, be my guest. After all, you don't have to, you know, it's just the idea. So you pour that into a tall glass, and I put a bit more. Not want too much though, because I don't, you know, there's going to be something else going in there. In fact, is that too much? It might be too much. So I'm forced to. Oh my goodness, I had to, I was forced to drink some of it right away. You know, it's like, pretty good. Now, as I said, this is like pumpkin spice latte for dudes. You know, girls especially, the joke is white girl drink, right? Pumpkin spice latte. Well, this is a boy's version of that, which is, you know, pumpkin beer. That's good. By boy, I mean, of course, a young, well, not necessarily a young guy at all, you know, because I consider myself boyish and I'm 55, even though I'm probably old enough to be your granddad. But I, of course, mean those who are over the age of 21, like college lad, you know, older, like maybe senior, 21 or older, because that's a law, and I'm not going to cause any problems by encouraging anyone underage to do this sort of thing, because that's wrong. That's wrong and naughty. So only those of you over 21 are allowed to have this beverage. Remember that. Must make the disclaimer. All right. So did I drink it down enough? Okay. So I got, of course, it kind of lost its fizzy. The head went off. So I'm going to pour some more in there. Ha! Then I have to drink more. No, it's get a little bit back. Oh well, that's okay. Doesn't really matter, and God knows it'll fuzz up a bit now. So, to put the charge into the depth, hope I didn't drink too much of it, or I'll have to go get another one. Whiskey, and which whiskey? Irish whiskey, of course. And so here's some Bushmills. You can use John Jameson also, any good Irish whiskey. But I happen to have Bushmills, smooth and mellow, 1608. Finest blended, triple distilled Irish whiskey. Where's it from? Well, it's from Ireland, of course, but in County Antrim, yes, wherever that is. So, very lovely and wonderful smell. So pour ourselves a shot of the Irish whiskey right up to there. And the way this works is then what you do is you drop the entire shot glass and all directly into the beer, and there it goes. Fizzy, fizzy, fizzy. Yes. And then you drink it all down. You try not to wipe up anything that exploded. It didn't really was explosive, but it should be quite good. Then you drink it up without getting the shot glass hitting you in the nose, because that would be silly. And that's good, because now you've got the pumpkin beer and the Irish whiskey in the same glass. And some people think you should drink it all down right away, which, damn. I didn't realize how good that would be. By the way, I should put the top back on that bottle of whiskey just in case. That actually worked pretty damn well. Anyway, tastes better than the pumpkin beer by itself, I have to say that. And it gives you a buzz very fast. Very good, very good. Very happy with this one. So this is Halloween 4. Why not, you know? Dr. Loomis says that pure evil, and therefore we have to deal with it the best we can. Oh. Yes, I like that one. So that is Halloween 4 cocktail, and the haunted house is based on the movie. It should have all the wonderful scenes from the movie, and I'm really excited about that. Actually, I do remember really nifty opening sequence where it shows, and I think I mentioned this maybe in another video, but the film wasn't shot in Pasadena, California, like the original Halloween, where you could see palm trees in the background, on the streets of Haddonfield, Illinois, and go, oh, that's unusual, because it was actually shot in Southern California. But this one was actually shot in the Midwest, Halloween 4. And there's some scenes with like almost like farmhouses, and what you'd actually see in rural rural Illinois, and like pumpkins and scarecrows and stuff. That's really quite nifty. It's one of my before the movie really gets into it. It's kind of picturesque, and that's it's weird to say that I like the title sequence in that. I don't like it better than the movie, but it's part of it that sort of puts you in a different frame than the other Halloween movies, because it puts you into that time and place better. So it's really kind of nifty, and I'm looking forward to it. There's that whole electrocution scene, and at the petrol station, and Michael Myers starts off with like a cap, like a stocking cap and a bat. I mean, he looks kind of not really a cap, not a stocking cap. It's like a bandana wrapped around the top of his head, so he looks like he's some kind of cholo, Michael Myers, but he's got like bandages. So it starts out kind of funny before he gets the mask, the rather, and it's not even as good a mask as he wore in the first two movies. But looking at, they might be using more of the traditional Michael Myers mask. The one from Halloween 4 had a more blank look to it, which some people like better. I'm mixed feelings. I like the original William Shatner mask they used in the first movie. Oh, and it's a nifty little one, and I think the house should be quite fun. Although I'm hoping they don't do Michael Myers every couple years, because then people start complaining like they did about The Purge now, and I will get to my own take on that soon, because I hope very soon, maybe even the next day or so, to do my videos on the announcements that came out earlier, actually last week, that I haven't gotten around to doing yet. In fact, I'd really like to do it tomorrow, and there's a reason for that, which you'll see when I do the whole look at my shirt, because I got a shirt in the post today, which is perfect for the Blumhouse of Horrors video, which will be to hopefully sometime tomorrow. And I'm really pleased that that came. So I will do that on the announcement of Blumhouse of Horrors in Orlando and Hollywood, and possibly move on to do one on the second big announcement last week, which involved, of course, the Wicked Witch of the West. Yes, in Scary Tales Deadly Ever After, but also a little bit about some other things that were uncovered that same day. And then the third big announcement last week, which was about Universal Monsters at Hollywood. And hopefully I will also be able to continue my History of Halloween Horror Nights 25. If I want to get all that done before the event begins, I'm really going to have to do a lot of Halloween Horror Nights history videos over the next 2 weeks. And maybe I can finish 25 and get a good start on 26. I don't know if I'll be able to wrap up all the history, including Halloween Horror Nights 27, before September 14th. But I can give it a shot. Speaking of which, now to get the little shot glass out to there. Nothing left in it. Good. Not bad. That was actually pretty good. I like that one. And of course, in addition to all that, more cocktail videos. And at some point, I have to go on a little errand and make my way to one of the liquor stores in the area to get one more ingredient before I'm able to do a cocktail video on the horrors of Blumhouse, which will be the next cocktail video. So I can't promise that one tomorrow night unless I am able to track down the proper ingredients. So, but hopefully I'll get the other videos, at least some of them, during the day. And then maybe tomorrow night, if I'm able to get to Total Wine or ABC or one of those places and I find what I hope I can find, then there'll be the Blumhouse cocktail for this year. And then all I have to do for Haunted House cocktails would be Scary Tales Deadly Ever After, and then I can start figuring out the Scare Zone cocktails. I haven't even put much thought to that yet because I wasn't entirely certain exactly how the Scare Zones are going to come off, although I've got a better idea now that the construction has started. But we still haven't really seen what they're doing for Harvest yet, and I may indeed wait until we actually get to the event itself and I've experienced the Scare Zones more firsthand, and then I can have a much better idea about what exactly the Scare Zones are, and then I can go ahead and do the Scare Zone cocktails. And I might even do one for the roaming hordes, if any, because as of right now I'm not even certain if there are any roaming hordes this year. I hope there are, maybe lurking in San Francisco, but we don't know yet. So, with that, it's not even gotten dark yet. I now will head out into the night to carry out my evil schemes and probably just stay home and play with the kitty. Watch some more interesting telly. I haven't seen Purge Election Year yet. I need to go see that. I haven't seen Happy Death Day yet. I need to see that before the event begins. Haven't seen the first Purge yet, and I don't know where I can do that because it's not streaming anywhere yet. I can't find a cinema that's still showing it, so maybe it'll show up somewhere between now and then. I'd like to. I really want to see, one of the reasons I'm catching up with all the Purge now, not only is Horror Nights coming up, but also there's a Purge TV program starting next Tuesday on USA Network. And it's raining. Bloody hell. Anyway, so and who knows? We'll probably see the Purge TV program incorporated somehow at Universal just to piss people off. What, Purge again? No, maybe not. Who knows? It may not be as successful, but there will be a show starting next Tuesday, and so I want to catch as much of the movie so I can follow the program better when it starts. And, of course, I never saw the last two Chucky movies, and I understand that the Chucky Scare Zone is a sequel to all previous Chucky movies. I've seen Child's Play, I've seen Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, and Bride of Chucky, and Seed of Chucky, but I haven't seen Curse of Chucky or Cult of Chucky yet. So those are two things I need to go look at. So maybe I'll go watch a bunch of movies in the movie marathon tonight. I don't know. At any rate. And all of those are Universal Pictures. So, bit of a plug, I suppose. They should pay me for this. They should. Anyway. I will now bid you good night. Sleep well. And if you make yourself a cocktail, please don't go out and drive around purging people like that guy in Purge Anarchy who caused all the problems, because that's why Grillo went out. I guess the actor's name is Grillo. The Sergeant is what they called him in the movie, but I guess he had another name, and that's why he was out in the first place, to go get the guy who ran his son down as a drunk driver. But then at the end of the movie he said, I can't do it, and turned out to be a good guy after all. Nice of him. But anyway, hello Lenny. So, don't operate motor cars, don't operate if you happen to be a surgeon, because, operating whilst inebriated, you're sure to hit the sides of the thing and make the little red nose go, and you won't get the little plastic piece out, and the rubber band and all of that, and the funny bone and the water on the knee. And do they still play with that, the little tweezers? You pick the operation. No, don't do that whilst drunk, because that would be dangerous and hazardous to somebody's health. And so I guess I should sign off and just shut the fuck up, Jimmy. Okay, fine. All right. Good night. Enjoy yourselves. See you some other time. Ha ha ha!